Used to want to say
Were you personally close? Subjective. A judge would allow it. And yet there's not one. Do you know that the day by closing him on the stand, you're going to
Maya? What is it? Yeah?
Close my eyes. Is our name and a Molotov cocktail equally with a map. And then a coupon at the bottom.
Yeah, sales guy didn't like that.
I know it looks like but this is the opposite. This is a coded message that came to me when I was visited by the spirit of my...
I'm just saying that Lauren will be available on this day.
So I'll be home all day. Leo, what are you doing?
Brilliant. I love the energy, I love the music, I love the choreography, I love you. Boom, dos.
Hi.
Oh yeah, hi. Wave. Yeah, there you go. Now with the other paw. Yeah. Yeah, a little further out. You can get this. Oh, nope. Going back. It's okay. Got Fluff. I want to pet your Fluff, but you don't like it, so I won't.
Maya, I need to work.